It took almost 18 months for these ideas to hit me, and they might have just changed the entire direction of my work. So, did these artworks really take me 18 months to come up with? Well, yes and no. For the past year and a half, I've been religiously painting in plein air, which just means painting outdoors while actually being out there. And this way of painting taught me a few things. First, I had to work fast because everything's changing. The light, the shadows, even the clouds. Second, I ended up developing my own process, a step-by-step way to tackle each painting session. And third, it made me look more. Like, really look at the world around me. What I mean is, I can now see beauty in the most unexpected places. Rocks, grimy alleyways, ugly buildings, even garbage cans, seriously. This way of seeing the world has helped me accept life as it is, without wishing it were magically perfect. Damn, that was deep. Anyways, if we circle back to the original question, the answer is yes. In some aspects, this did take me a year to come up with. And could I have come up with this idea without all of this time and effort? Yes, but it wouldn't feel authentic. And that brings me to the topic of this video. The ideas I'm exploring, as well as how I'm going to bridge the gap between ceramics, painting, and drawing. But before we dive into that, here's a quick time lapse of me sketching. The central theme driving everything is contrast. It's kind of the thread that ties all of my ideas together. In these pieces, I'm playing with natural elements, plants, water, mountains, you get the gist. And I'm purposefully setting those against man-made objects like bricks, pipes, and power lines. My paintings are all about the visuals, pure aesthetic. But my vessels, that's functional art, something you can actually use. It's another kind of contrast I love exploring. Sometimes we see texture like in paint, and sometimes we feel it like in clay. I'm embracing those differences in texture and how they make us connect to the work. But no matter what I'm making, it always comes down to craftsmanship, the skill that makes every piece come alive. The process of building my pots follows a pretty specific rhythm. I start by throwing a few large sections of clay, each one forming part of the final piece. Once they're ready, I flip the top section upside down and join it to the base using slip and score, locking the two together for a perfect, seamless bond. Then, with a metal rib, I smooth out the join and give the clay a few more pulls to refine the shape and flow. Working in smaller sections lets me skip the struggle of centering a huge lump of clay all at once. It keeps me in control, helps the form stay balanced, and makes it way easier to stay centered as the piece grows taller. These pots were pretty tough for me to make when I first started working at a large scale, but after tons of practice, I've been able to create some pretty awesome pots. Now, after all these are thrown, I sculpt details onto them, which helps make them connect to my paintings. This bisque-fired pot has a ton of awesome details on it. The bottom has this rough, rocky texture which I created by squishing an actual rock into slabs of clay. And by using a real rock to create that texture, I am connecting my work directly to the land I am from. I like to think of the wavy texture in the middle to be like water, or where water has carved through land. And I enjoy how it's carving through the rocky texture, almost like rivers. The top of this vessel represents the industrial side of our world. The bolts, pipe, bracket, and bricks show that the natural aspects of Earth have been refined by humans. And I don't necessarily find this to be a bad thing. Like I said before, I have been able to find the beauty in everything, and I think there is a charm to what we as humans have created. The pipe was created using an extruder, and the screws were made by using a flathead screw, once again grounding my work in the real world. Thanks for making it this far into the video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons. Also, check out my Instagram where you can see some behind the scenes as well as when I mess up. Anyways, back to the video. This pot is the first vessel that I made for this series of work. You can see that as I create these, the idea is morphing and changing, but always connects back to landscape. Because this is earthenware clay, I'm able to get some pretty vibrant colors onto this pot. This helps to visually tie back to my paintings, which use a lot of color. For these pots, I plan to use different foam glazes as well as glazes that crawl. This will help create a rough surface that feels like terrain. The dark brown color that is at the rim and foot of the pot, as well as handles, is red iron oxide layered with cobalt carbide. This should create a worn metal look, which I would like to create on my pipes and bolts. This is the only pot that I've been able to glaze so far this semester because they take so long to dry and I'm making them too big for the electric kiln. That means that I have to fill and fire a gas kiln with only my work. This one was able to fit into the electric kiln though, so I'm using it as a test piece. I am also only glazing this one because I am currently on a trip to the Nelge Center in northern Wyoming. Nelge was a prominent artist from Wyoming who also donated her estate to the University of Wyoming's art department. As students, we are allowed to live in her football-length mansion and create art together. These are just a few spaces within her home that I enjoy. And to wrap this video up, we need to take a look at the root of my current work, plein air. So sit back and enjoy the view as I paint this scene at dusk. Thanks for taking the time to listen to my ideas. I'll see you in the next one.